If I don't engage the microphone, no one will hear me, like if I was in space. Hello everyone, welcome to a new stream in a new week. 2 streams this week, Tuesday and Thursday. Today the Painscreek killings day 4. Kira, are you in or out? You look like in Painscreek. You are at the door but you can't enter. That's what I was thinking. In and out. There must be something going on at 2 p.m. every day, exactly 14:00, 2 p.m. every day, above my building or underground, who knows? Because every single time I lose connection, I lose internet connection, and I lost it while I was posting my "Here I am, I'm live, come here everybody." First come, first served. And I don't know if it's posted or not. For one day, it's not Instagram stories fault. Twitter, you are done. Mastodon, you are done now too. Excuse me for a while, like the song. And then finally TikTok. Tok. Who is it? Why the messages are not in the chat? What's going on today? This is a disaster. Why the messages don't appear in the stream? It's an actual really good question. If I post them again? And then what? I updated OBS. There you go. 2 days later. On wait, what? On YouTube, but not on Twitch. I don't get the messages from Twitch. Now it comes, but not the first one. At least I'm relieved this somehow it's working. It's not like completely not working, because I just updated OBS before starting streaming, and now I was scared they fixed one thing but they broke another. So let's focus on the matter. Today is Painscreek killings number 4, and Thursday we'll continue with 2D and Top D. From Chapter 4, level 19, the cursed level. Because I can't describe it. Let me start the Painscreek, because I can't do 2 things at the same time. At least not at my 100% efficiency. Let's go here. Finally, some gameplay. This sun is blinding. It's been recharging during the eclipse. Now it's everything at once. It's not sunshine, it's beam shine. Painscreek killings. Here we are. Last time we uncovered quite a chunk of, or not a chunk of history, because story, because it's not like it has a very complex. It's whatever happens, it has already happened, and it's told to us through documents. So we just have to go through the documents and learn little by little what happened. But it's not complicated or twisted or whatever happened. And the last time last Tuesday, we visited the cabin and then the hospital and went back to the cabin. In the process, we collected some keys that now they allow us access to new areas. So let's have a look at what we have in the inventory. I have an idea. Inventories I. So we have 3 keys. Looks like a key for a music box found in Scott's cabin. I think we know where this key goes. It's an old mansion gate key, seemed unused for a long time. I think I know where this key goes as well. And I believe this gives us access to the sewers. Because we have the map, now I guess it's time to go. Found it next to an old sewer map in Scott's cabin. Maybe it's this one. Maybe this one gives us access. This key gives us access to the door that gives you access to the sewers, and this one's the sewer. Maybe there's something else in the sewers. So because of that, we'll go to the music box first. Seems like shorter path to go, and this is, I think this is one of the sewer doors. It's not this one. It's this one. Okay, let's leave it like that, because I just wanted to try. Now we know it's open, we'll come back. And it won't take long. I've been thinking also, every time we start a chapter, I say I have to do a list of things pending, because there are way too many things to keep track in my mind. So every time I say I have to make the list, but at least I've been thinking that in the mansion, I remember there are the music box that we are going to open now, similarly. And then we have this clock that needs, we have the key, but we need to input the the code, which is the tea time. We don't know when tea time is in this house. And also we have the safe in the art gallery. At least that I can remember. I'm probably missing something. The music box is here. So we unlock it with this key. And that's it. So what do we have here? Read this document. Dear Trisha, as I've grown to learn about my birth parents, I feel as if a great veil has been lifted from my eyes. I now understand why Father Matthew was against us seeing each other. He was right, we shouldn't be together. Please believe me when I say I did not kill your mother. So this is after 1995. I've never lied to you and I never will. I don't know who killed Vivian. Hopefully the truth will come to light someday. There is so much that I want to tell you, but I cannot at this moment. I pray the day when I can express everything to you will come quickly. All I can say now is that I am sorry for all the pain that I've caused you. Please forgive me. Sincerely, Scott. Can we play the music? No. So this is something I was expecting. Not surprising. There's a drawer in front of the door. It's nothing surprising, but... So, here in the house we have a few things to do, but I don't think we have the tools or the solutions. Here we have to input the time, which I don't know. To open that clock, and also a code. We need a number code for the safe in the gallery. Since we are here, I'd like to look at something in the gym, which I believe is this way. So there are 3 doors. I got confused with downstairs. Downstairs there are 2 doors. Here there are 3. What is this room? Map of the mansion, 2nd floor, guest room, maid room, and bathroom. Guest room, maid room. There was nothing else in here. A videotape, maybe, if you need to use it. And bathroom. And in here there's the gym. Okay, I wanted to check because on the 2nd floor, exercise room, but there's something else. It doesn't match. Because this is the 2nd floor. This map, whoever did it, made this map, I don't know what they were thinking. This layout doesn't match. So there is no stairs. There's no corridor going to the stairs. This is downstairs. This is not 2nd floor. Because as it appears here, this is what I wanted to check. It's so now I'm even more intrigued. If the house ends in here, this is out. On the other side of this wall, there's exterior. or there's something else, and we'll see that. I'm checking this because we are here, but we didn't come here for that. So there is more. There is more. That's the last window. And the wall, it's like it ends in here. But what about this space? Can't get close to the window. But this looks like the art gallery. It's the art gallery. This side that doesn't have a window, it's... And that's our save. Save box. Let's go to the gallery. Let's see. Let's check the layout. So this goes upstairs. Why is this so dark? Flashlight. Flashlight L. Oh, so this it was on. Here, this is the window that I couldn't get close, so this is what we were seeing. But here, there has to be something behind this wall. Not that the access is through here. Maybe it's through a door somewhere, but Last Supper. And here is a safe. But we don't have the code, at least that I don't. Maybe I have it and I don't know. And this is the gym again. If it's not through the wall, then where do you get? How do you get there? This is the other side of the house. It's not here. It's in this hallway. So this is closed, but it's just a room. This is a bathroom. This goes down. I believe you access this secret space through it's not a door. Downstairs, this is the master bedroom. Okay, through the master bedroom. That's what I was thinking, but I was expecting the door to be there. Ah, here. This door. This door is not unlockable because it doesn't have keyhole, which is this door, and it leads to this space behind the art gallery, which is this. This is the room where we were with the Last Supper. It's this space. This is the gallery, including this space. This is the corner of the house, and the second floor, which doesn't match. I don't know what this is. Because the wall for the exercise, the gym, it ends here. It's not like this. And the only access that I can think of is through here, which is the only locked door we have. But it's not unlockable. What happens if we have a look to that part of the house from the outside? Is there not going to be any window? Wait, this is behind that door. This is what there is behind that door. Doesn't seem like there is much, but can't jump. And there are no more windows. Oh wait, this is the gallery. This is the gallery, but it's covered with a curtain. But we can access this behind this. The left part we can access. We can't access the right part, and also the upper floor. This whole thing, this kind of extension. We can't break the glass. It's not like there is a... Is there a keyhole here? No, there's nothing. It's not unlockable. For what I know, there's no way to access. At least we know that's there. Now in here, aside from the music box, there is a door, like a metal, heavy metal, this way, that we found when we first came to the house, but we left it untouched, which is here. It's behind the tree. This one. I think this is the rusty key. The key for the door is rusty one. This one. It's an old mansion gate key, seemed unused for a long time. And it is. And this is what I wanted to check. So we have the other door that we unlocked that I believe it leads to the sewers. And then we have this. Very strange space in here. And this? This is another well. Trail closed. Do not enter. Another magical chain. So there is nothing behind the bush. And this probably connects with the sewers again. Use to go down. And nothing else. I got to, while I was editing last episode, it got me thinking that maybe the well that's in front of the cabin, that's not the well where they killed Vincent Scott mothers. Vincent Scott's mother. Let's see where this takes us. I'm going down with our hands. Oh, it's just a well? It's just a hole? You know wells don't work like this. It's a locket. Here she lies, so she died here. This is the other well. Can we? 0 0526 and that's it. 0526. Let's see what the inventory says, because the inventory is another character in this game. Found at the bottom of the well. Something is etched at the back. 0526. Since we don't have many places in the house to input these numbers, we only have 2. The save in the art gallery and the clock in the tea room. As in a time, like 26 minutes past 5, which doesn't seem like very tea time. And unless a note or something tells me there is something else, this is everything we are going to find here. Let's then input this in the art gallery and in the tea room's clock. First the art gallery, because I think it's going to be more probably that. I don't remember if it's a 4 digit code. Don't remember. How many digits? 6, so it's not going to be that. We need 6 digits. And the tea room. It would be strange to find the tea time in a locket. So 26 minutes past 5. No. Okay. We have a code for something. And this something, it should be inside the house, inside the mansion. I don't remember seeing anything else than that, but at the same time it's a good opportunity to check if there's something else since we are here. Nothing to unlock in here. This was Trisha's room. And with the bathroom, nothing in here. Oh, there's a note that I didn't see. Notes for Vivian's tea schedule. Tea time is 3:20 on the dot. Use the flower pattern cup for Mondays. Gold line cups are for guests. Use half cup of milk. Always leave sugar on the side. Never interrupt unless she calls for you. 3:20. I didn't see this. Also, I came here looking for walls, so I wasn't very looking for the actual place. 3:20. We got the answer to a question we were looking for the answer. So 3:20. And what do we have here? Dear Vivian, this is 75. I am not writing to you as your doctor, Henry Johnson, but as a friend. I know you had your suspicions about Charles. Now that his affair is revealed, there is no point beating around the bush. If you want to protect yourself and Trisha, there is only one way. You have to make Sophia and the baby leave Charles. They need to be moved away from Painscreek. You will, of course, have to compensate for her leaving. As for Charles, he will need to know that having his affair publicly known will destroy his political status. People are not so forgiving when the mayor they trust is involved in such a scandal. I figure that Charles will try to add the child into the family registry. I would do the same if I were him. It is a boy after all. And the child will be able to continue the family line. If that should happen, I cannot imagine what will happen to you. Henry Johnson. Vivian, I have given careful thought to your request, and here is my answer. I have provided a new prescription for your mother-in-law, Magdalene. It is 3 times the strength of her usual dosage. I guessed this. Detailed instructions will be sent with the medicine. Since some document, I was going to say conversation, but there are no conversations happening. It's all through text. Since a text document last episode, I was thinking this is what happened. Should you decide to do it, you will need to administer the medicine carefully so no one suspects anything. Call me if you have any questions. Henry Johnson. Postscript. Make sure no one else in the mansion ingests any of it. So that's one question removed from the list. We still have the locket. We still have the locket with the numbers. Where could we use that? Let me check on this side. So there's nothing else in this space, in this room. I read all these documents. I'm looking for something locked or inaccessible. No, there's no more mysteries in here. This is the security room. There was nothing else that we needed to do. This is Dorothy's. This is not locked. It's not openable. It's no cabinet behind the glass, the mirror. There is one diary there. A picture. We read this. Nothing to do with that. And this gave us access to the attic, where there was nothing for us to do. No. We unlocked this door. Diary, and that's it. I actually wonder, not just knowing who did it, who killed Vivian, not just learn because it can be told in a document, but how will we know? Probably the killer goes with the motive, like the reason they did it. We can find any excuse or any reason for that, but how will be told through documents the weapon, the murder weapon? I just remember now, since we are here, the books, and there's this code. And the chess pieces. I forgot about the chess pieces. What was the number in the locket? It had a 5 and a 6. 26. Zero 5 2 6. It has like some lines coming from the center. M to S. M to S. S could be Scott. M. No, S is for Sophia. N could be Matthew, so from Matthew to Sophia. Matthew to Sophia. What about the chess pieces? 2. I forgot about the chess pieces. 2 5, and the other one was 1 and 7. 2 5 1 7 and 0 5 2 6. 5 is the knight. Now I don't remember the other two. pawn is 2. And then there is the rook and a bishop, which I don't remember which one's which, but I know they were 1 and 7. And there was nothing else here. No. And then we had the puzzle with the books and this. Number 10. We are looking for number 10. Pick up. And then it was saying 4 right, 6 left, 3 right. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. I did something wrong. 4, 6, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 8. 8 and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 11. 1, 2, 3. And this should move this sharp. Otherwise, I don't know how to interpret this. We have 1, 7, 2, and 5 for the chess pieces. And then we have 0, which there's no 0. And there are up to 17, so. Because I understand it's starting from the one you put. Charles, desk, books, and chess pieces. This is in the mansion. Aside from everything else we have outside the mansion. We'll keep thinking on this. Probably they are related. What's behind the shell will give us the code here or something. What about the chess pieces? Should be used somewhere where the chess is logical or related. This bookshelf, oh, it's the other way. Don't remember seeing anything else in here. Aside from the map, I think we got. So that's one more thing. I like to leave the drawers open that has something that requires my attention. Laundry, nothing that I can remember. And this is the lower level again for the gallery and main bedroom. This is the locked door. We can't unlock. Try to open this one. So if there's nothing, close and closed. And this goes upstairs, and this is this, but it has 6 digits. Let's go to that door we unlocked before, at least we can pull the string from there. There's this door that I believe we won't be able to open for the cellar because it's just a cellar. And nothing else in this yard. And then there's the inn, Bernard's house, the detective. There are many things still to do. And this door is around the corner. Maybe we can access the house through a secret door, through the sewers. So this space we were trying to reach is connected to the sewers. This is the sewers, and because I have 2 options, I think we've accessed through here, because this is like the map of Painscreek but underground. So the mansion is here, this is where we've accessed the hospital, houses, cemetery, church. So I believe we've accessed through here, because this leads to the mansion to the left. Let's go there, or see if we can go there. Now this is new. There's a ladder and a door. This is climbable, climb up. And this is locked. But I can unlock it with my hand. What do you mean? Let's just pull this up. We are here anyway, and doesn't seem like there is a room. The top has been sealed shut. So then what's the point? This leads to the mansion, I'm sure, but for some reason this is not the way we have to go. And now we have 2 more options. Let's check them out. We are here. If we go left, we go to Maple Drive. which is the end. We won't be able to cross here. And we should be able to cross through the right. So let's check if we are right here. This is locked as expected. There's nothing else, nothing for us behind that door. And this should be open. There you go. Two more paths. We are here. So this leads to the farmers and this to more sewer. Let's check this first. Interesting. So nothing. No farmers. And this leads to the rest of sewer. Two ways. This takes us to the post office, Painscreek River Hospital. Hospital, we have to turn on the power. Maybe that's what we have to do. And this leads to the church. I'd like to check the church first. So we go this way. Because I think the way to go is to the hospital. And this is going to be a dead end. Hopefully the only thing dead is the end, not me. Silver Lake Boulevard. This is going to be closed. I'm expecting a key in a place or something. Like we've seen sometimes in this game. Or a diary, who knows? A diary in the sewers? The door is bolted from the other side. Well, it's quite detailed. Maybe we can access but from the other side, but not through here. And this is this fence here, this door. Silver Lake Boulevard and Painscreek Trinity Church. And the houses. I believe if we can access the church through here, I think it's that staircase that from within the church, inside the church, that goes down like a basement. It's going to be this, but we can get to the other side, so not very interesting initially. And this takes us to the hospital. Actually, this left. Suddenly looks like I'm playing Amnesia. So these doors, these red doors, are for decoration. And 2 more ways. Right, left. So let's look at the map. We are here. So we go left first, and then we will end up in the hospital. This I'm expecting to be a dead end as well. This is locked, and this is locked. It's also bolted from the other side, like I can't reach the other side. Okay, let's go. If we access the sewers, but we can't get anywhere, it's going to be a big disappointment. So there are 2 more paths, and we are here. So we go left first, because right goes to the hospital. Nothing here. This should be open. And this is not red, so that's the cue. So we are in the hospital. Janitor's closet. Is it just that? It's not a closet. This is storage. This goes to the sewer. How is it going to be the janitor's closet? What is this? Ah, the morgue. So, map time. Hospital. Basement. Basement. Janitor's room probably is this one, and we are in this corner. 5 is the mortuary. 1 is storage. 4 is electric control room. That's where we need to go. 2 is the stairs, and 3 is elevator. So we need to go to the left. Of course it was open. We can't open this niche. But there are keys. There are many keys. Of course there are keys. Keys and diaries. Keys and diaries galore. Pick up and read. This is the detective, if I'm not mistaken. This is 97. This is after the assassination. I called Dorothy last week. She told me something interesting about Sophia. There was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when she first started working at the mansion. Sort of a birthday gift for her. In that puzzle, Sophia was to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. The clues, when put together, will pinpoint to her the location of her gift. I thought that was a neat idea. Sophia's favorite places: Anne's courtyard, inns and suites, bridge over the stream by the gate entrance, and the post office. I've seen things written on the walls of a couple of places, but it's none of these. One is the church and the second is the cafe. But we'll double check this. Why would someone like the post office? Why would someone like the post office? And where can I find Matthew's favorite places? Let me read it because I have confronting information. I called Dorothy last week. Dorothy. She told me something interesting about Sophia. There was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when she first started working at the mansion. Sort of a birthday gift for her. So the gift is not the puzzle. The puzzle leads to the gift. In that puzzle, Sophia had to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. Maybe the church and the cafe, they are Matthew's favorite places, and these are Sophia's. But we don't know if Matthew has 2, 3 favorite places. I received an anonymous message this morning. It claimed that Scott wasn't Vivian's killer. Unfortunately, that's all I got. I've had my doubts whether Scott really killed Vivian. He sure had the motive, but upon reading all these diaries and looking through his investigation notes, I can't help but think that Scott didn't kill Vivian. On the contrary, he was trying to find out who killed Vivian, as well as what really happened to Andrew Reed and Dr. Johnson. I still don't know if this anonymous person is a man or a woman, but they've helped solidify my thoughts on Scott. I received another message yesterday. It told me to look into Bernard, the mansion's butler. I can't help but feel that this person is trying to tell me something, but not exactly what. But I don't know exactly what. The message said I will find something in the house. Something, that's couldn't be more generic. You will find something in the house, like there's only one thing. Today I received a key in the mail with the initials BH. Does it stand for Bernard's house? We got Bernard's house key from the locker in the exercise room in the mansion. So I've searched everywhere and read all of Bernard's diaries. Something just don't add up. Maybe it's just a hunch, or simply that I'm thinking too much. But would he have really killed Vivian? There's something else about his entries that just make me pause and wonder if he was indeed a murderer. I photographed all the pages. Where are these photographs? So, what do we extract from here? The puzzle with the places and a mysterious person who is contacting the detective, and a key and some photographs. Mainly For the player, I think it's this. Post office, bridge, and courtyard. Maybe these are the keys. This is the detective. Nothing to do with it. Driver license. And 2 keys. BH, this is the key. Nothing else. BH. Is it Bernard? Bernard had the dartboard. And the floor had blood stains, but we needed a tool to lift it up. And the dartboard puzzle was very confusing. Like, either I'm doing something wrong or there's something, information missing, so we can't skip this key. And this one looks like a briefcase key. Briefcase. Have we found any briefcase? I think we have, but I don't remember when. Where? Maybe in the detective's room in the inn? Interesting, interesting. Nothing else. So we got 2 more keys. This door is open. Hey! Hey, we need this to lift up the board on the floor. To remove the nails from the board and store it. Okay, we have another place we can go. And then we return the power. This we can unlock. Thank you very much. This doesn't work. And this is going to be the power room. We restore the power. Turn on. Nothing to do with this, or this, or this. So let's... Is that it? It looks darker than before. Or is it me? Can I... Well, yes, it works. I guess it works, but what about this space? Oh, here. Thank you. Thank you very much. This doesn't have. Now we can use the security door, the card reader that was... Where was it? Within the hospital. I think that's the only thing we couldn't do. Also, while editing, what a surprise! While editing, I realized that this, which we didn't do anything with it, 1964. Okay, let's keep that in mind. And I'll go quickly. Nothing here. There was nothing for us here. Here. So we restore the power so we can use this electronic card reader. But before this, there is a note somewhere. Doesn't matter now where, but this badge that we just saw 1964? 1964? I think it belongs to Catherine. So I wanted to try this. 19... Told you. Read. 93 before the crime. Norma Jefferson was admitted to PCH at some time. Her son found her on the side of the bed and immediately called us. We tried to reach Dr. Johnson but were not able to. After the third try, we gave up and called Dr. Snyder, who was not supposed to be on duty. It's the third time that we failed to reach Dr. Johnson. He's never been unreachable this many times before. Maybe this will give us an insight of what happened to, or how Dr. Johnson died. May and June. Susan has been sick three days in a row. With Catherine calling in sick at the last moment, tonight's staff will be extremely short-handed. I have agreed to do double shift this weekend. June as well. It is unfortunate that 8-year-old Timothy Scott drowned. Rumor was that he was trying to retrieve his toy and lost his grip. He was alone, while everyone else were playing in the playground. His body was found 3 hours later in the river near the hunting cabin. June as well. I was at the end of the hallway when I saw a young lady standing outside Dr. Johnson's office. It was 11:15 p.m. and the visiting hours were over. I called out to her. She turned to me and promptly walked away. I couldn't be exactly sure, but I thought she looked drenched. I looked out of the window. It wasn't raining. And that's it. Nothing else. And there are 3 more, but don't have a clue on how to open it. This one I realized because somewhere else there's a note that says that this Catherine lost this badge and someone put it in the reception. So, Dr. Johnson office. Inventory, and we have this card, Henry Johnson, we can use. What is Dr. Johnson hiding? Now we can read all of these machines. Something tells me they are going to be all like that. But let's see. Vivian Roberts, 1 Maple Drive, Painscreek. 93. Dr. Henry Johnson. Dear Dr. Henry Johnson, I would like to thank you for your contribution to the Painscreek Community Hospital and the people of Painscreek for the last 2 decades. However, there have been reports regarding the mishandling of funds designated for PCH, Painscreek Community Hospital, most of which came from the Roberts Relief Fund. This support was meant to help with the purchases of medical equipment and supplies, since a sum of nearly $160,000 has been estimated missing. We have no other choice except to open an investigation. Until you are able to explain the discrepancies between your accounting and ours, we have no choice but to suspend all funding for the hospital for the time being. I will be meeting you and your accountant to solve these issues so we may continue to support the hospital's needs. Nothing we didn't know. I've seen these books, but they are not in order. Two to 10, which are backwards, are blurry. And 11, 12, 13, 14. So the ones that are clear are 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. It's a very weird way to put them. And where is 1? There is no number 1. Nothing interactable. There are more up there. In the same exact order. It is the same. What is this? Proudly recognizes Henry Johnson.
Henry, I just received a letter from the NMB investigation firm regarding the use of the RRF funds. I need you to call me. Henry, we really need to talk. Please call back. What's going on, Henry? Why aren't you returning my calls? This is really important.
Maybe he's dead. Another key. 203. To Charles Roberts. I don't know if it's a joke that you sent me the thread letter, but if you knew about the well, then you must have found out the truth. Just so you know, your wife was the one behind all of it. If you have any grudge, it's with her, not me. I was just a witness in Sophia's death. Nothing more. Henry Johnson, 95. I know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come along. It's just an envelope. Let's leave it like that. And in the center we have nothing else. So we got a key for 203. 203 is upstairs this way. Two 209, 208, and it's not this way, it's this way. 206, 207. (203) and 204. This one. What is this? Why was this key in your drawer? Mr. Johnson. Who did this room belong to? Actually, we could have checked before coming. We could have checked who this belonged to. Not a newspaper. Painscreek Herald. Scott Brooks's body found by jogger with multiple stab wounds to the heart. When 95. Police do not know if this is tied to the murder of Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, a star suspect in the Vivian Roberts case, was found dead yesterday. His body was found on the roadside along Maple Drive. At around 6:50 a.m., a jogger happened to find a body lying motionless behind a bush on the side of the road. He stopped to check if the person needed help, only to notice that the body was covered in blood. He immediately called 911. The police arrived shortly at around 7 a.m. and the victim was declared dead. The estimated time of death was predicted to have happened 4 to 6 hours prior, putting the incident to have occurred around 1 to 3 a.m. Questions have been raised in regards to the murder of Vivian Roberts, of which Scott Brooks was the key suspect of. He had been released from prison to the insufficient and... Should we check this? It's near Maple Drive. This is the corner of the house. This that goes towards the house. And another key. And another diary. Looks like a room key. A room key. Probably we'll know where this key goes when we check who this room belonged to. So let's skip this. Maybe the diary will tell us as well. Dorothy Patterson. Let's read it. 95. Yesterday, on hearing that Scott was apprehended for the murder of her mother, Tricia collapsed. What? Yesterday, on hearing that Dorothy was the nanny and Wanda was Scott's mother. So Wanda died and Scott was accused as well? Yesterday, on hearing that Scott was apprehended for the murder of her mother, oh, Vivian, you need to finish the sentence to understand. Her, it refers to Tricia, which comes later. This her doesn't refer to Scott. The hospital called this morning to inform us that it was just a nervous breakdown. However, they've suggested that she should stay there for another few days. Charles is asking me to stay by her side. It rained today. Tricia has always hated the rain. She stayed in bed, tucked under the blanket, nearly the entire day. Here and there she mutters Scott's name out loud. She's cried herself to sleep a few times. It pains me to see her like this. Charles visits Tricia almost every day. Today he was quieter than usual. All of a sudden, he told me that Vivian had been seeing another man, apparently a banker, for more than a year. He asked me if Vivian ever talked to me about it. I said I didn't know anything, but was sure that Vivian would never have done such a thing. Then I realized that Trisha was awake. I'm not sure if she heard our conversation. Sheriff Howard? Oh, the sheriff. I was mixed up with the detective. Sheriff Howard came today. He asked me if I remember seeing anything suspicious. The night Vivian died. I've already told him everything I know. It's frustrating to be asked over and over about things that I just want to forget. Before he left, I asked if Scott could really be the killer. He said he's wondering the same thing. If Scott was not the killer, then who killed Vivian? Derrick came by to see Trisha. I asked him how he was doing. He said that the medical expenses for Wanda were more than he expected. Wanda is Derrick's mother, not Scott's mother. Scott's mother is Sophia. He said that the medical expenses for Wanda were more than he expected. Even with Charles's help, he's been forced to use up most of his savings. He's currently searching for a second job. He asked me if there was a future for him. Traveling with Charles made him see some of the rather ugly sides of the world. His mother is hospitalized with terminal cancer, and seeing his best friend Trisha like this pains him. I didn't know what to tell him. Before he left, he leaned close to her and whispered, "Would it have been better if Scott just never showed up? Would you have chosen me? I wish that I never heard that." A lot of tapes. What is this? Happily ever after. Can I use it to... Can I watch it? Milk. Lots of storybooks. Not really much. But we got a key to our room. And this room, hospital room, belonged to Dorothy. Do we have access to Dorothy's house? Yes, we do. It's 40 Black Pine. Let's go down. So, in the hospital, for what I know, what is left to do, if we have to do something, is with these 3 lockers. And aside from the rest of the doors that are locked, we don't know if they are openable or not. I don't think there is anything else to do. There's nothing locked in here. It's only information. Elevators aren't working even though there is power. I don't remember anything being in there. not even at the back. So we can leave this. Now we have a few leads. We have Bernard's place. We can lift the floorboard with a hammer. We can go to Dorothy's. We can check the streets of the POI, points of interest, in around Painscreek for the favorite places for Sophia and Matthew. For this puzzle clue something. And we have, this is Dorothy. No, this is Dorothy's, I believe. This is the suitcase for the detective. This is for Bernard's, and this is for Bernard's and the locket. Have a few. We have a few. So this is Dorothy's place, because we are close. Let's check this. I don't remember anything here pending. This is closed, but it's not like we can open it. At least not down here. And these stairs, for an old person, this is very dangerous. Very steep. Oh, it's this room. Okay. So we didn't access this room last time. That's why we have the key. And the key gives us access to... Oh, surprise, it's not another key. It's a medallion. Strange, there's no clue, there's no anything, no number. We can't do anything. A pendant of Mother Mary. Mother Mary came to me. Diary and newspaper. Daughter of ex-mayor found dead. This is Trisha. Ex-mayor found dead at Painscreek Community Hospital. Trisha Roberts falls 40 feet from rooftop, lands on head and dies. Now we know who it was. The hospital is now checking to see why the roof door was not locked. Investigation is still pending regarding Trisha's death. Yesterday morning, the body of Trisha Roberts was found on the grounds of PCH. She was pronounced dead at 7:20. According to Miss Thompson, she was starting her morning shift when she heard some sound near the reception area. She went out to find Trisha lying motionless. Blood was flowing out of her head. She quickly called for Dr. Bennett, the attending physician for the day's morning shift, who brought Trisha to the emergency room at once. Unfortunately, it was too late. The hospital CCTV shows that Trisha Roberts was walking around the hospital at around 6:30 a.m. She headed to the roof at 6:54. A few minutes later, her body was found on the ground 3 floors below. Charles Roberts ex-mayor and father of the deceased, something. And the diary. Dorothy's diary. 95 October. Scott was released from prison this morning. Matthew went to pick him up. There's a lot of tension here in Painscreek. Most people think of Scott as a murderer. Charles tried to stop Trisha from seeing Scott, but it's no use. She was already waiting for him at the cabin. November. Charles is drinking again. He couldn't stop Trisha from trying to see Scott. Yet Scott seems to be avoiding her. Trisha should not have been discharged from the hospital at this point. She still needs help and rehabilitation. Derek and Scott fought at the market today. Derek asked Scott why he's avoiding Trisha. Scott didn't say anything. He just walked away. Derek told him not to come back anymore. It's sad to see what's happening to them now. They used to be such good friends. And November 16. Oh my god, Scott was killed? December. Trisha's been going crazy ever since Scott died. She sometimes screams in the middle of the night. Here and there she'll ask us why Scott hasn't visited her for a while. No one seems to know how to answer without agitating her condition. Trisha is finally being admitted to the hospital for another mental breakdown. Charles doesn't know what to do. I've asked for his permission to take care of Trisha at the hospital until she recovers. I think Charles appreciates my help. Dorothy Patterson's. There aren't dartboards behind the door. Oh, what do we have here? 0, 5 from the locket. 0, 5, 2, 6. And there you go. Okay, let me check the rest of the room. Another key. Looks like a house key. Which house? We don't know. But at this point there are many more houses left to open. Oliver Photo Lab cleaning. Oliver, there you go. Now we know. Is the photo lab for Oliver's. Oliver had some tools as well. He had taken. So 96. Dear Dorothy. Who is this? Oliver. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude, beautiful handwriting, for all you've done for me. You've taken care of my store on so many occasions. You've helped maintain its bright spirit. I would be lying if I said that I'm not saddened by your departure. I will greatly miss you. I wish you all the best in your new place. Do invite me there once you've settled in. May God be with you. Best regards, Oliver Gibson. So we got Oliver's place key. This can be opened, but there is not much. So finally, this. A diary and a document. That's what there is there. Let's read the document. 75. Dear Sophia, how have you been? I hope everyone is treating you well at the mansion. It's been 6 months since my missionary work started here in Indonesia. Life here is hard but meaningful. I thought my life at the orphanage was miserable, but after coming here I realized I am blessed more than I could ever imagine. I'm supposed to be back in 1 week's time, but I recently decided that I'll be extending my stay here for another 6 months. I haven't received any letters from you for a while now. I hope you are doing well. Remember the time when we were at the orphanage? You said that you don't want to be poor anymore? I think God heard your call. And brought you to Painscreek. Charles and Vivian told me they were glad I introduced you to them. They said you are a hardworking person with a kind heart, and that us being related was not the reason they hired you. You got the job on your own merit. I did not know whether or not to tell them we are not actually cousins. I was suspecting. I feel bad for lying to them. I guess I'll have to tell them the truth someday. Having said that, I'm glad that you are in Painscreek. We can talk and meet anytime, just like the good old days at the orphanage. I will do my best here. I hope you can wait for me. Best regards, Matthew Brooks. Postscript. I have prepared a special present for your birthday. Wait for my telegram that day. Telegram in the post office. And Sophia Miller diary. It's the first time. 74. I know some people don't like me. Wanda always picks on me and Bernard ignores me most of the time. Andrew, well, he's okay as long as I'm not in his garden. Dorothy cares a lot for me though. I like her. Tom, our security guard, treats me with respect even though I'm just a housemaid. Vivian and Charles are kind to me. Oh, and Matthew too. I almost forgot about him. He's been taking care of me forever. Certainly as long as I can remember. I'm a lucky girl. Matthew talks to me whenever he has time. Sometimes I feel he's trying to escape his chores at the church. We'll talk about everything under the sun. Our hopes, dreams, future. It reminds me of our days at the orphanage. Landing a job here as a maid was the best thing that could have happened to me. However, I never imagined I would be having an affair with a married man, let alone my employer, never carrying his child. How do I face Matthew? I received a letter from Matthew today, saying that he'll be extending his stay in Indonesia for 6 months. That's always been him. He's always had a noble heart, wanting to help people everywhere. I miss him, but I'm glad he decided to extend his stay there. It gives me time to prepare how I'll explain my situation to him. I don't know how he'll take it if he just hears the truth blurted out once he gets back. I received a telegram this morning from Matthew wishing me a happy birthday. He told me he had a special birthday present prepared for me. All I need to do is to find the clues that he placed in our favorite places. He's waiting for my telegram after I've solved the puzzle. I've actually solved it already, but I don't know what to say to him. What should I do? June. My baby was born today at 8:20 a.m. and it's a boy. He looks just like Charles. Dorothy's taking good care of us. She prepares the food and attends to my needs. I almost feel like I'm her boss. Charles visits me all the time, asking if we need anything else. I told him he didn't have to come so often, and to instead focus on work. As a mayor, he must have a lot on his mind. Charles told me today that his mother, Magdalene, will be arriving in 2 weeks. She knows about our relationship. I feel nervous because she's a strict woman. At the same time, I'm happy because she told Charles to take responsibility for me and my son. Soon I won't have to be a maid anymore. Charles has decided to name our child Vincent Roberts. I like that name. Sophia Miller's story. So that is all for this house. And we live with yet another key for Oliver's place, where I believe we can have some tools. But I don't remember his address. But it's not a house, it's like a studio. Let me check before we go any further in the house where Scott died, which was this way. And this also will take us closer to Bernard's. So Scott died here, like around here. Doesn't seem to be anything suspicious. No. I don't think there is anything for us. So it was here. Here or maybe here. Okay, let's go to Bernard's and use the hammer. I'm scared of this house because there's the dart board. Puzzle with the darts. Downstairs there is nothing else. It's a bathroom, and here is nothing to do. A lot of weapons, but that's it. And upstairs, this is closed. Maybe we get the key now. And here we have the board with the darts, which I don't know what to do yet. Here we have combination lock, which is related to the darts, apparently. Nothing else in the drawers, and here a bloodstained wood panel. I need a tool to pull the nails, and we can do that with this hammer. Okay, let's open it. Hey! Bloody knife. A serrated blade. There's what? There's dried blood stains on it. Could it have been Bernard? So we found bloody knife. That's it. This looks like the murder weapon. Okay, so in Bernard's house there's only the darts. Now we can remove the locket code. Darts. Also, now just remember, we have this key that says BH. So maybe it's this. This one. We got it from the hospital, or not the hospital. Well, see, yes, the hospital, but doctor's office, I think, or the mortuary, the morgue. Hey. Let's open drawers. And read diaries. Bernard Hopkins. It's not Bernard Hall, it's Bernard Hopkins, BH. Read. Day 1. The hospital gave, but there's no date. Bernard doesn't know how to write a diary. The hospital gave me these pills. They are supposed to help fight depression. I feel a slight dizziness. It might be the food that I ate this morning. The dizziness comes and goes. I'm still able to work. Not a big problem. It's my day off today. I didn't take the medication, but by the evening I started thinking about Vivian. I had to drive Vivian again, so I took double the dosage. I have a migraine for the rest of the day. I had a migraine for the rest of the day. At least I didn't have to think about her. Couldn't Vivian stop seeing that guy? Why can't I stop thinking about it? Oh, because Bernard was in love with Vivian? Now I know that my dizziness comes from those pills. The pills, they don't seem to work anymore. It doesn't matter if I take them or not. I can't stop imagining what Vivian and that guy are doing whenever they meet. That guy must be Charles. I stopped taking the medication. Not the diary. Now with dates, and it's 95. I drove Vivian today since Derek is out of town with Charles. As I was driving, we talked. She expressed that despite having a successful business, she felt empty and tired. Trisha hates Vivian for trying to stop her from seeing Scott. She seems to be really bothered by the name Vincent. And her relationship with Charles seems to be just for show. I wish I could comfort her. She's going through so much right now. If only I could confess to Vivian how much I respect If I could confess to Vivian how much respect I have for her and how much I admire her. Ever since Trisha brought up the name Vincent, Vivian has been pretty quiet. Even during dinner, she hardly spoke. I can barely remember the last time Vivian appeared happy. I don't think anyone can blame her. Wanda hasn't been coming to work for a while now. Her illness is getting worse. I wonder how she's coping. Derek wasn't available to drive Vivian again, so I offered to help. It's been a month since I first drove for her. She's been opening up more to me, telling me about the struggles she's faced with. Her rocky relationship with Charles, how she really dislikes Scott. Sometimes I would give her some suggestions when she asks what she should do. Other times she just wants someone to listen to her. Mostly I am just happy to be with her. Vivian seems rather distraught recently. During the afternoon tea gathering, I stood outside the room and tried to listen to the conversations. She feels miserable being with Charles. They hardly look at each other, let alone speak. Personally, I don't think Charles deserves her. I finished reading Vivian's biography. Half the facts were incorrect. The writer should have done his homework better. Sometimes, when I'm driving for Vivian, she asks me to drop her off at the corner of a street, typically in front of Tom's Cafe. She's always telling me that she'll make it back home on her own. I mean, it's not like you need a driver to go from place to place in this town. It's just 4 streets. It aroused my curiosity, so after dropping her off today, I parked the car and watched her. She ordered a cup of coffee to go. She then left the cafe and walked up the street for about 5 minutes to a residential area. She stopped in front of an apartment and pressed the doorbell. Shortly after, a man in his early 30s, wearing a suit, opened the door. He leaned over and hugged Vivian. She gave the coffee to him and they exchanged some words. I couldn't hear what they said. Then they entered the apartment together. Who is he? This is the 6th time I've followed Vivian. After she went into the building with the guy, I parked the car nearby to wait for her to come out. Is this considered stalking? About 2 hours later, a cab stopped out in front of the apartment. Shortly afterwards, Vivian came outside, and the man followed closely behind. They chatted for a bit. Vivian looked extremely comfortable with him. Before leaving, she kissed him on the cheek. What's going on? I tracked down the guy. He works at a bank. The place they meet is his apartment. How could she do that? Who the hell is he? I reported sick for the 3rd consecutive day. As I laid in bed, I kept thinking on why Vivian would be seeing another man. No matter what Charles did to her, she has kept her faith in him throughout the years. How could she be having an affair now? She's better than that. She's supposed to choose me. This has already been open for me, so I only need to close it. So there's nothing else. Now Bernard looks more suspicious. And we have a motive, maybe. We have a motive for Vivian's death, but what about all of the others? Maybe everyone killed someone else. And they all killed each other. So we are living with the locket. We are keeping it, but I don't think we'll use it anymore. The key for the briefcase that I believe belongs to the detective. We still have the hammer. A tool used for fixing broken drawers. Hammer or pull out nails. Fixing broken drawers. This is a house entrance key for Oliver's. So we can do 3 things. We can go to Oliver's place we can check Painscreek for the favorite places for Sophia and Matthew. Or we can try to open the suitcase, which I think I'll do first. Wait, this is the the inn, and around here is supposed to be written on the wall these clues. Anne's Courtyard Inn and Suites. I don't know, but I just read this. Playground. But this is not Anne's Courtyard. This is the cafe. Outside the building. Let's see if we can access this briefcase. Also, regarding this panel, which I believe is here. Maybe there's no. I need to click without seeing a button or a latch or anything. It's just like invisible. I just need to click. No. Like without a prompt. Without the text saying, open me. No, I believe it's that. Okay, moving on to the detective's room. And here we have a suitcase. Inventory. A briefcase. It's not a suitcase. Come on. Open. Hey! The code for Charles' safe in the gallery is Vincent's birthday. And Vincent is Scott. How could I not have thought about that? Call Sheriff James. Check his file. 7741. Oh, so this number gives us access to the file. And in the file we'll find Vincent's birthday. I would like to record this. 7741. We are making progress. Read. Autopsy report. Shawn Michaels autopsy of who? Andrew Reed. Third-degree burn, pneumothorax. 44-year-old white male with burns, found at home, pronounced dead at the scene. Third-degree burns found across body, completely charred over the head, face, neck and hands, heavily charred across the front and back of the body, legs and feet. Closer inspection reveals punctured lungs with an object similar to a switchblade or small knife. Pneumothorax is a possible cause of death, but body is too burned to confirm. Henry Johnson. Exsanguination. 61-year-old white male pulled out of car submerged in lake. Victim's lungs do not contain water, which shows that he did not die by drowning. Due to the prolonged submerging of the body in water, the estimated time of death might not be accurate. Estimated time of death is between 12 to 16 days. Top right side of the skull, leaning towards the front and above the right eye, has a white crack, usually caused by a sharp object and strong force. Front torso, face, and back portion of forearms suffer numerous lacerations. Victim most likely succumbed to blood loss before being placed in the water. Vivian Roberts, 55-year-old white female found lying in front of mansion gates. Pronounced dead at the scene. Exsanguination as well. 12 cm wide and 7 cm deep crack found on the right side of the head. Impact caused by strong force with a sharp object. Lacerations on front, torso and back sides of both forearms. Victim died from loss of blood. And we might be able to solve the dartboard now. We are not keeping the photograph, so we need to take note. 20, 18, and inner bull eye. Oh, it's the same, but the dart that it's on the floor was in number 18. So I don't need to take note. It's just one dart. It's 18. 18 on the outer ring. So we leave with two clues. The dartboard from Bernard's house. The code for the sheriff's file will give us, Vincent's date of birth, which will give us the code for the safe in the gallery, art gallery in the mansion. And documents. What do we do first? I think we go to Bernard, because I'm intrigued now with this being more suspicious. Bernard, sheriff, and house. Maybe that's what we do today. Bernard again. To go to Bernard's. Was it this way? This is Oliver's photography. And this way. So we were missing a clue. So this dart was in number 18. 18 is double, 20 is triple, and center is 50. How much is that? 20 by 360. 60 plus double 18, that's 36. 60 plus 36 is 96. 96 plus 50 is 146. 146. And then we need to subtract 7 and 2, which is 9. That's 137. 137 now, still the question. It's just 137 or is 137 out of 501? Let's try first just 137. 137. And that's it. Let's see how many secrets you still have. Bernard. 95. When the police, so this is after the other one. When the police reported that Vivian was murdered, I was floored. I still don't know what to do. My mind is blank. All I can think is, how did it happen? How can Vivian be dead? Everyone's mourning about Vivian's death. People are coming or calling in to express their condolences. Charles hasn't been out of his room for days, and Trisha's crying her heart out. Dorothy has been assigning busy work to all the mansion employees, hoping that it would take their minds off of Vivian's death. Samuel, our security guard, has been reviewing all the tapes of the past 2 weeks for any suspicious activities. I wish I could be of any help. Scott was just apprehended for the murder of Vivian. Is that true? No one would have thought of that. I could never ever believe that Scott would be capable of killing someone, let alone Vivian. Yet it makes me so mad, I feel confused. Trisha was admitted to the hospital today. She had a nervous breakdown after finding out that Scott could be her mother's killer. Her condition has been getting worse over the past few weeks, and no one has been able to properly help her. Charles finally decided to seek help from the hospital. Matthew never believed that his son killed Vivian. He hired some fancy lawyer to defend him. Scott's been released on bail today. It's beyond ridiculous. I don't think Scott should have been released at all, despite the insufficient evidence. He killed Vivian. I know that he's guilty. Everyone knows it. They should have gone ahead and prosecuted him. The maids, this is November. The maids were cleaning the mansion when they found some stuff belonging to Vivian. A key and some stationery. I asked Charles what he'd like to do with them. But he told me to take care of it myself. I brought them back to my place. A key and some stationery. The maids were cleaning the mansion when they found some stuff belonging to Vivian. So this key is from Vivian. Vivian's death has caused lots of grief to everyone, especially Charles. After hearing how heartbroken Charles was 2 nights ago, I can't bear to see him suffer anymore. Scott should pay for what he did. Bernard Hopkins' story. So this is all from Bernard. And this key looks like a desk key belonging to Vivian. Interesting. Keep it. There's nothing else here. So we finally managed to solve this dartboard mystery. So now it doesn't look like it wasn't Bernard. Again, what do we have? Key from... looks like a desk key found in Bernard's house next to his diary, but belongs to Vivian. This key, this is Oliver's key, hammer and locket. I think we find these places. We can go to Oliver's, but instead of opening more doors, we'd like to check the ones that are already open. So Sophia had, actually Oliver Place is here. Sophia had these special places, which are the playground, no, not the playground, the bridge that gives access to Painscreek. So I believe it's referring to this bridge. This bridge has something written on it. Stamp. What else? And since we are here, we can check the sheriff's file. We haven't been here since day one. So this file combination is 7741, and this should give us access to Vincent's date of birth, to Sheriff Howard from Sean M. Smith. The crack in Vivian Roberts' skull shows that the weapon used is an object with a heavy and sharp end. Something like an axe would fit the description. To cause a crack that big, the attacker must be rather strong. I'm assuming it's either a man or a strong woman who is experienced in the use of the weapon. The victim must have been facing the attacker because of the lacerations found on the front of her torso, as well as the backside of both forearms, showing that she tried to block the attacks by holding up her arms. The fatal strike landed on the right side of the victim's head, just above her right eyebrows. This clarifies the following: that the victim was facing the killer, that the killer is strong enough to land such a clean but deadly blow, and that the killer is left-handed. Since the murder weapon was never recovered and confirmed, my assumption of it being an axe still remains. Since this is me doing you a solid, do not, under any circumstances, leak this information or I'll be in big trouble. The guys here in Grand City don't want anyone more than necessary to know about these details. Hope the above information helps. Vivian Roberts murder case record of alibi. Interview record. Charles Roberts. I wasn't here when my wife was killed. I left for New York on July 18th to attend a conference meeting that was supposed to last for 3 days. I was supposed to be back on the weekend. On the morning of July 20th, however, I received a phone call from our butler, Bernard, informing me that Vivian had been murdered. I could not believe what I heard. I cut short my trip and immediately came back to Painscreek. Matthew Brooks. There is an annual religious gathering event in Hartford, where pastors from different churches in our state's vicinity meet and discuss what we can do to help our society. The event started on July 18th and ran for 5 days, so it ended on July 23rd. I represent Painscreek Trinity Church at the event. Our church can confirm this because we had to cancel our Sunday service that week. Bernard Hopkins. I was preparing for the fundraising event when I felt sick. However, there was no one who can really do my job, so I kept working. At about 9 in the evening, I was too sick to continue, so I bid Vivian goodnight and headed back home. Dorothy Patterson saw me leave. No, there's no one else that lives there. I live alone. Dorothy Patterson. Yes, Bernard was not feeling well that day, so he left slightly earlier than usual. However, he finished his work before he left. When I saw how sick he appeared, I wondered how he could have kept on working. Well, I guess that's why the Roberts family trusts him so much. Me, I was around the mansion most of the time, either preparing the food or making sure that the other maids were doing their jobs. The fundraising event, which was to be held the following day, was important to Vivian, so we were all making sure that everything would be perfect. By the time Mary left, it was already past midnight. I locked the doors and then went home myself. No, I live alone. Mary Martinez and Derek Tyler. My name is Mary Martinez. I've been working in the kitchen for the past few days for the upcoming fundraising event. Jimmy's Bakery was supposed to deliver the cakes, but a few days before the event they called to inform us that they can't make it. Suddenly I was in charge of the cakes. I was so mad because we didn't have much time, and this event was supposed to be extremely crucial for Vivian's business. But after hearing that Vivian was murdered, all my anger and work just sort of became irrelevant. And finally, Derek Tyler. I remember dropping Mr. Roberts off at the airport on July 18th at around 2 p.m. I was supposed to come back after that to drive around for Vivian, but she told me to take a break since I haven't had a day off for quite some time. I decided to visit a friend of mine who was moving upstate to West Dakota. What sort of friend? An elementary school buddy that used to live here, but moved when he received a scholarship. I stayed at his place for a few days before coming back to Painscreek. Yes, he can vouch for me. I have his number at home. I can give it to you later. Derek never gave me the number. Still don't have Vincent's date of birth. Lost and found. Can I please pick up the objects inside? Pick up a car key. Store the item in inventory. Well, there's only one car in the game, at least. We can't say the same for the drawers, but cars, there's only one. Can we have this? What is this? But we can't. So Vincent's date of birth is not here. Did we read this? James Howard's story. We haven't read this. Why? 95. Vivian Roberts' funeral was held this afternoon. Bernard the butler, Dorothy the head servant, Derek the family chauffeur, and his mom, Wanda, who is fighting cancer, attended. Vivian's husband, Charles, came with their daughter, Trisha. Charles did not utter a word. He was very quiet. Most of the town came and paid their respects at the funeral. Halfway through the ceremony, Trisha started to weep loudly. Dorothy brought her elsewhere, and the crying died down. I noticed that Dorothy looked tired. It must have been tough to take care of Trisha. She's been having multiple breakdowns. I can't blame her. With the loss of her mother and with her boyfriend being accused as the killer, it must have taken a toll on her. I feel sorry for the whole family. The town of Painscreek is quickly becoming a ghost town. The population has decreased drastically over the years, ever since the deaths occurred. It seems that more and more people are actively looking to leave this town. It's sad to see a once lively town become what it is now. December. It's been almost 6 months since Vivian was killed. Her death still bothers me. Why was she killed? What was the killer's motives? She was someone who had earned the love and respect of the community. No employee of hers, nor any citizen of Painscreek, reaped any benefit from her passing. It doesn't make any sense. Painscreek Community Hospital has officially closed. The remaining patients have been allocated to other hospitals that will provide suitable services for them. To be honest, it's hard to watch them leave. I wonder if the day will come when I'll be reassigned somewhere else. It would have been interesting to have found this on the first day, because it places all the characters on the board and names with roles and some relation in between them, so I don't know why I missed that. Hmm. What are we leaving pending? We have the chess pieces. Charles' desk in the study is locked, and next to that there's the shelf with the books with the code. And then within the house as well, there's the art gallery. The safe in the art gallery. And then outside in Painscreek, it's Sophia's favorite places, which we have found one. First one is Stamp. Now what were the other two? And what was this note? Because I don't remember. J for journal. Sophia, maybe? It wasn't Sophia, it was a letter from Matthew to Sophia. Matthew. $71. This is 75. It's not in a diary. Not a newspaper, it was a document. From Matthew. Aside from that, because I will review it when I edit this episode. Aside from that, we have the key for the car. Maybe let's do this. Let's do that last. This is the car. And we use this key. And there is another key behind. Lock box 201. This is in the inn. And another diary. Steve Moss. Read. My head hurts. My tires flat. And the phone's not working. Is someone trying to stop me from leaving Painscreek? Am I close to discovering something? Oh god, I thought he was the one. I was wrong. He's not the killer, he's not. He who? Who is he? Let's check this. So inside the reception area there are these boxes, these drawers. We can unlock this one with this key we just got. And we find a note. He's onto me, and I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roadside. He will never find, and we will probably never find it anyway either. He's in one of the drains by the roadside. Ah, this is in the church. What's the button for? Well, we knew about that. And this diary belongs to who? Stephen Moss, the detective. Ever since I received the messages and the key, I have been following this anonymous person blindly. What a fool I have been. I need to revisit my investigation notes and see if I might have missed anything important. I looked through the alibis recorded by Sheriff Howard. There were 6 interviews. Charles, Matthew, Bernard, Dorothy, Mary, and Derek. Then I noticed it. One of them is lying. It was recorded that there was an event. Yet I remember reading somewhere about it being cancelled. Where did I read it again? I can't seem to remember. Oh my god, I've just realized that the E in all of the killer's messages is slightly off in comparison to all of the other letters. If I can find that typewriter, I can find who killed Vivian. Oh my god, I've just realized that the E in all of the killer's messages is slightly off in comparison to all of the other letters. If I can find that typewriter, I can find who killed Vivian. Killer's messages? Steve Moss's story. So we get the clue for the church. We knew that. We are missing the key. Maybe this key looks like a desk key found in Bernard's house next to his diary. We're still missing that key. This is for Oliver Hammer Locket. So we just have 2 keys. So we have these notes in the journal. This thread letter to Henry Jackson. Henry Johnson. I know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come along. It is slightly different. This is for Henry. But there aren't any more thread letters. Thread letter to Henry. There's only one typewriter or typewriter in the game. In the cabin, it belongs to Scott. To get to the cabin. Oh, the post office, I remember one of those 3 places from Sophia's stream. Like I'm doing. Streaming. And we are missing the 3rd, but I don't remember which. The market? Was it the market? Let me check the market. Just quickly, and then we go to the cabin. This is the market. Maybe the clue for the inn is just playground. It's not in the actual inn, it's just close to the inn, but it's not. Oh, it's actually in the inn, bird. So we have all 3. Bird, stamp, stream. So I know where that is. And these 2 things, Scott's cabin and stamp, stream, and bird, point to the same place or close by. But we've been there and we couldn't do anything. So here there's stream, which is the river, stamp, which I believe it's the tree, and bird, it's a birdhouse. But what about it? There is nothing we can do with that. Stamp. This is a stamp. And bird. This is the birdhouse. This is the stamp. And this is the stream. Open. It's locked. So because this is between Matthew and Sophia, and now we've used Sophia's favorite places. Now we need Matthew's favorite place, which is the church, and the code for the church is 1, 2, 0, and I don't remember the last one. I think it was 7. So we can't open it, and what were we going to... Oh, check the typewriter. This is the only typewriter in the game, I believe, I've seen. She's down here. And through the secret door, this typewriter. But this doesn't have enough E. So it's not Scott. And also there was nothing else to do here. Nothing pending to do. At least that I remember. So here. The only killers are the painkillers. It was 120 something. The code for this box. If it's Matthew's favorite place, which is the church because of reasons. Wasn't 7? We'll find out in a moment. Okay, the church is near the cemetery. I feel we are getting closer and closer to finding out. So apparently the bloody knife is not the murder weapon, but an axe. And the number is 1203, not 7, 3. Now let's go back. At least that's what I was expecting, that the game tells us what to do with that. Not that we try blindly everywhere. One, 2, 0, 3. So there was nothing with the birdhouse. There must be someone following me because this is not the number I left last time. 1, 2, 0, 3. And what do we have here? Open, pick up, ring, Read, Dear Sophia, please wait for my return. Matthew. Every moment I spent with you is like a beautiful dream come true. Happy birthday. And a letter. Dear Sophia, it's been quite a while since I last wrote to you. I've been busy. I hope you are doing well. Father Calvin has been guiding me how to be a man of God, to grow my faith in the Lord and my compassion for people. When I see those who have no beds to sleep upon and no food to eat, my heart goes out to them. I wish I could do more. Father Calvin has been handing me more and more responsibilities. It seems like he might be retiring soon. He even gave me his favorite desk in the study room. I've changed its code to 0318. Let's note that. 0318. The day you first came to the orphanage. 18th of March. Painscreek has been very quiet recently. Nothing much goes on in this small town. Oliver is still Painscreek's event photographer. Charles and Vivian are running their business as usual. Trisha's 7 now. She's really smart and loves to hang out with her dad. Dorothy's the same old Dorothy that we all love. Bernard's still the reliable butler. I don't think he'll ever be replaced. As for me, well, I'm still here waiting for your return. Do you remember the church attic? Well, I spent most of my free time there now. I spend most of my free time there now, doing wood carving. It helps me relax. Hey, I even got pretty good at it. Sometimes I'll think of you and how we spent our time together. I'm not sure if you ever realized how I felt towards you. Since you left, I keep writing these letters, but I never mail them. And to be honest, it's because I don't have a clue where you may be staying right now. At the same time, writing to you has made me feel that we are still close to one another. Today marks the 6th year that you left Painscreek. I still don't know why you left. All I want to say is, take care. This will be my last letter. One day I hope to see you again. Love always, Matthew. It did too. Interesting. So, interesting. So we have the code for Mother Mary, Father Matthew's desk, on top of everything else. The chairs, the shelf with the books, Charles's desk as well, the safe in the art gallery, and probably some things else. Okay, so we will leave it here today. We are doing progress these days. This after day 2. So save and quit. Maybe next day will be last. Also the cemetery. We have the time capsule in the cemetery. Okay, exit. Not bad, not bad. Very interesting today. A lot of texts, a lot of reading, not much information, like the truth revealed, but now narrowing down. Not much, because we still have everyone is a suspect, but for different reasons. And a lot of things that we can think about, but hopefully we'll find out next day, next Tuesday, hopefully. And so thank you for sharing your time with me and watching me investigate and helping if you are in the chat. And I'll see you next time. Bye now.